What's up, everyone? Drivin and Vibin here, and we are just tuning in for a good weekend live chat, I guess.
Yeah, so what's up, everybody? We just wrapped up a lot of work today. We got the majority of the installation done in the camper, as you can see mostly behind us here. It is silver again in here.
It actually sounds great now that we're talking. Doesn't the voice sound so much more dampened, or it's like not echoey at all?
Yeah, so we did that. The rest of the panels will have the rock wool, and then it'll be a lot easier to install, I imagine. We'll see. But those are all areas that are very curvy or have like wiring we need to get to and it needs to be exposed a while longer.
So yeah, thank you guys for logging in and joining us today on the live chat. It's just where we either answer your questions, we can talk about the new album we're going to be releasing too, but let us know where you guys are watching from. Wanda says they're renovating a 75 Argosy right now.
That's awesome. Best wishes to you. It is a difficult journey, but a fun one too.
Elizabeth tuning in from Maine, trying to get this loaded up here.
Yeah, we turned the air off in here so the fan wouldn't be making so much noise, so sorry for our sweaty selves.
And we have been sweating for like the last probably 3 hours.
Yeah. And it's rainy, so it's very humid too.
Don't miss, yeah, we might be just wet from the rain. Missouri, Colorado, bunches of places that sound cooler than where we are at. So Philip, I wonder why this isn't loading up. Do you have your phone on you? Will you pull the comments on that one so we don't lose any of these comments? Sorry, we're trying to get this all set up just right. But Philip says, congratulations on the major project. What is the difference between an Argosy and an Airstream?
So the Argosy was made by Airstream, and they were just a more economical version of the Airstream. They experimented a little bit with them. They used lower quality or imperfect panels on the outside, so they painted them white to kind of hide any discoloration or scratches or imperfections. On the minuets, like ours is, the minuet is a foot narrower than most Airstreams and Argosys, and they played around with these like plexiglass side windows to reduce weight as much as possible, and basically they were trying to get the Argosy as light as possible so they could be towed by cars even.
Yeah, they rolled out a lot of experimental features on the Argosys. So someone just said they're watching from Lander, Wyoming. We actually spent a night there.
Yeah,
it was right before we went to Grand Teton National Park. They have a free camping site there, so.
Did you get it pulled up over here?
Yeah,
Do I need my phone anymore?
Whatever you prefer, really. But we can use either one.
You can pull it up on here so it's easier to hold, and we're not holding the laptop the whole time.
I'll set this down then for a minute. So yeah, what else have we been up to this week? You know, we got so much wire in, which is awesome. We got every bit of wiring we need was sent to us from Southwire, so we cannot wait to start getting the wiring issues set up because it's the next big project.
Okay, let's see.
You got it set up?
Yeah.
Michigan's Thumb is where Daniel's tuning in from.
ACW said, loved your jam session the other day. I was a grooving and a smiling.
Sweet. I've been playing a decent amount of gigs this month. It kind of picked back up, but I think it's going to slow down for the rest of the year after this month, which is just what we need to get this project done.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have the extra money, but it's also nice to have the extra hands too. Projects go a lot faster when both of us are here to work on them.
But we are getting excited about Nomad Fest. That is going to be creeping right up on us.
Yep. October 14th is the day.
October 18th.
18th.
Yeah. Or 19th. October 18th
we gotta
is the, yeah.
We know what day we're leaving, but like.
Barely.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. You know, we're going to leave in time for us to get there without having to go too fast. Curtis is tuning in from Colorado, southern Colorado. Another place I would love to be right now.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But hopefully, now that we have our wiring here, so we went and got our insulation so that while we were waiting on the wiring, we could get something done, because we were feeling like we just weren't making any progress and we were just sitting around. So we thought if we did the foam boards, we could run the wiring on top of it. And we got all these foam boards, and then the wiring came the very next day. So we struggled with cutting these foam boards and maneuvering them and fitting them in. I think it's gonna work well though, but it was a pain in the butt to do.
It was a much harder project than I wanted it to be, but I do have to say it's gonna make the wiring so much easier as far as being able to visualize it and it not being hidden beneath.
And our insecurity with doing it right, like we can look at it and recheck it and go over it over and over again. The only parts that will be covered up will be on these end caps, where we'll put rock wool over those. And some of just the more difficult areas, we still have to cut out around these vents a little bit wider to fit the new vents. We're replacing the AC, so any exposed panels we'll just use rock wool in.
So we got any more comments coming up? I see one right here. How do you make a small kitchen or a van? How do you make a small kitchen or a van? Do you have any ideas?
So a small kitchen in a van, I guess.
Yeah, small kitchens are just the worst.
A lot of people that I've seen use, I think it's called extruded aluminum, and they're just kind of like these blocks with channels in all four sides, and you can like assemble structures with them, and it's super lightweight, and that seems like a cool thing that a lot of van dwellers use that we could potentially use too.
Some van dwellers do gravity powered, I guess, water lines. They have the water sitting above it, and there's just all sorts of ways to do it in a van, but we don't really have much experience with that.
No, we haven't even built our kitchen out yet, so we'll let you know how it goes.
Someone said they were tuning in from Saudi Arabia.
Awesome.
Which one is Drivin and Vibin?
Kyle's driving.
I'm usually the driver.
Yeah, so it's cool to just see like where the Vibe tribe is all over the world. Did
you totally gut the Argosy because you had to, or you just wanted to start clean? I would say it was a mixture of both, really.
And we didn't really gut it. The previous owner had already gutted everything out, already removed the subfloor, and so we had a clean slate to just start from. We basically needed something low budget and something bigger than what we were living in already. So we thought we would renovate an older camper again, and we really liked the Argosys. They were just really cool and unique. We know that Airstream is just great quality over the years. It has a good reputation, and so this was an easy way for us to get something very cool and unique and make it our own and not go into a lot of debt to get a bigger space.
And it's coming along really well. The biggest thing was we detached the shell and the frame, and that was the hardest part. So once we got it reconnected, it really felt like we were making progress.
How many watts of solar will you ultimately have?
I think we'll have 400 to 500 watts. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we'll be able to fit 400 watts on the roof. We don't have a whole lot of space up there. It's pretty narrow, so we can't fit many side by side each other. But I think at least 400, and we might have like another 100-watt panel that we could deploy that's just like one of those suitcase ones. So as much as we can, really.
Yeah. Brave to do that shell removal. Go, you had something?
I'm just reading, catching up.
I was dead set that we were not going to do the shell removal before we saw the Argosy. Whenever we purchased it, we still had 2 months before we came and picked it up. And by reading all the Airstream forums, I was determined that we would not lift this thing off the frame. But it just turned out that we did. And I don't think I ever want to do a project like this again. Not that I haven't enjoyed it, but that I hope we grow into another phase of our life where we can do another project and not this.
Yeah, I think it's valuable to have this experience and to be able to create our perfect space with everything we want in it and not, go into debt to do that. That was very important to us. But I do think this is like one time experiencing this is enough. Next time, I either want us to just get a great deal on something used, or we'll be able to afford whatever it is that we want. Have you found a truck yet?
No, we're still looking. Olivia's doing a lot of good research on that. And I would say we are about 1 to 2 months away from getting a truck.
Do you think an old wardrobe, vintage, would work? A good idea to make a bathroom out of, or a van?
A wardrobe? Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be too heavy.
And then one person said, put your kitchen in the front, bed in the back, 2 couches, or 2 lazy boys. The whole issue with the layout is a side bath is pretty cramped in a narrow area, and you lose all your walkway and all of your like middle living space. So like putting the bathroom in the back for us opened up this whole trailer so much more. When we were just taping out different layouts, we were like, you know what, let's try the bed in the front and the bathroom in the back and see what happens. And we were like, wow, this is just so much more open.
It
felt so nice.
We had the bed, we had a couch, we had a 2-person desk. There was so many things that layout option gave us.
Are you using hard panel or flex solar? We'll be using the hard panels just because they're way more efficient. The flex ones get too hot, and when the solar panels get too hot, they don't work as well. And the flexi ones get scratched and kind of cup, and they hold water and stuff. So we're just going to try to get the most possible efficiency.
It seems like that flexi ones might be a great option in 5 to 10 years once they can like get some of those issues ironed out.
I think there is one out there that is great, but it's just totally unaffordable. It's ridiculous expensive.
I saw I'm Not Lost, I'm RVing tuned in. They just pulled into the area, so
yeah, we'll be seeing them soon, hopefully. We were about to message you guys back and see if you want to do something tomorrow.
Yeah, we're beat tonight, I'll tell you that. And I know after travel day, I'm sure y'all just want to get settled in. Don't do flexible, they learned the hard way. That's good to know.
Yeah, we wouldn't know if it weren't for our friends like Tom Morton from Morton's on the Move, and Do It Justice has a lot of good videos on solar. They're good folks to check out with all solar questions. How much do you think you will spend when you are finished with the Argosy?
Let's see. So the Argosy cost like $2,000, was it? I think we'll probably spend $6,000 to $8,000 on it in the end.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I've seen quotes that also is factoring in our partnerships with different brands and companies. That's helped us out a lot. But other people that I've seen quoted around like $11,000, $10,000 to $11,000 doing a complete renovation like this.
Our battery system is going to be worth more than what we even put into the camper, so it's hard to use us as a judge of how much it would cost.
Wanda, oh my god, that bathroom sucks for me in the back. I will redo mine one day. Can you repeat how you did your setup, please? So
oh yeah, I was gonna say on Facebook page or on our Instagram you can see the setup, but you can explain it.
Yeah, we have our layout on Instagram and Facebook right now, but the way we have it set up right now is the bed in the front, the bathroom in the back, our desk over here where Kyle's standing, the kitchen behind that, and then on this other side there will be like a long couch bench area that has storage underneath, and that will house our whole battery bank under there.
2 floor to ceiling closets.
Yeah.
Right here and on the opposite side.
Yeah, so that was one major benefit of having the bathroom in the back for us, is we were really able to expand our storage and close storage a lot more. So now we both get our own closet. Yay!
I keep on saying Olivia's is on this side for some reason. I got that stuck in my head.
Kyle's already decided who gets what.
But that will be on my side now, because the bottom half of one of the closets will be where our hybrid inverter is. Or actually, like the bottom 15%. Olivia, have you felt wonky lately? They like that whenever you use that on one of... I forgot where you used that word.
So wonky is a real word, I promise. We might use it more in the South, I don't know. But it just means a little off, you know? But
little off. Does it mean the same thing as Bobo?
I don't know. Bobo, I think, is straight up slang.
All right.
Yeah.
And wonky's a real word?
It's a real word. Promise. Again, on your travels, go through South Carolina. You can hook up if you need to stop or more dates, just let me know. But sure, you got a lot of invitations.
Timmy,
we would love to stop by if we're in the area.
Timmy said, are we coming back to Arizona? And yeah, Arizona is one of the very first stops we will have once we launch in the Argosy. We are going to be in Lake Havasu City.
Yes, much cheaper. New Airstreams are so expensive. Yeah, when we were thinking about getting a larger space, we did some tours of some different Airstreams just to get a feel for the different sizes. And like $100,000 for a new Airstream isn't in our budget.
Lake Havasu City, question mark? Cool. I love Lake Havasu City, actually. It's a touristy town in the middle of the desert, or in the middle of Arizona. Yeah. And London Bridge is fun. I'd never thought I would have liked Lake Havasu, but...
Yeah, it's quiet. There's enough shopping, though, and like a good place to like walk or run, good camping out there. Yeah. It's just a quiet little town.
So much better than going to Quartzsite for the RV community. I feel like a lot of RVers go to Lake Havasu as well, so you can get the community and the amenities there.
Julie Gant, I've used Wonky for decades. See, I'm not alone here. And Gregor's happy that we're on the right side today.
And Joe, the computer guy, says, all right, we can start from the beginning. He's finally here.
Oh, sorry, Joe. Begins now.
Have you decided what color you want to paint the outside? I really think we're leaning towards the white with the silver stripe right now.
Yeah, it changes on a daily basis, but right now, just seeing the natural aluminum stripe exposed outside, it's kind of growing on us a little bit, and I think a few other people have mentioned that they like it too, so we might just kind of repaint the white.
Anything else we got?
The Wandering Souls family, there's a link saying you're live somewhere else. Don't know.
Oh, I wonder if that was the first video I started and messed up. I'll check.
I don't know.
I'll check to see what's up. But we did say we were going live on the Patreon thing. And also, I put 2 links in the description of the video about the new album we're going to be releasing, which is a storyteller edition of our current album with 8 additional tracks. So that's going to be available only for the 4 days while we're at Nomad Fest. We'll be selling it at Nomad Fest, but it will also be available online for those 4 days.
This will be like a limited edition just for the Nomad Fest.
Yeah.
We're going to be selling them there along with some t-shirts and koozies probably. And then we wanted to also open it up for the people who will be live streaming the event as well, but couldn't make it there for the days that it'll be going on. So y'all check that out.
Hey, and let me, we'll get to your questions. But I do want to know, as far as the t-shirt we're making that's limited edition, do you guys think we should make it strictly like a concert tee, like that says Drivin and Vibin live from Wellington, Texas? Or
like themed around the gig in Texas, like Texas-y themed, I guess. Or just pretty neutral. Drivin and Vibin branded only. Maybe you want some cool nature-y graphic, like... Tell us what you think.
Yeah,
we're having trouble deciding.
We are. It's very challenging.
SC1212 Abel said, "Did you Lexan all the windows?" We have not started on the other windows. That'll probably happen though soon here.
Yeah, it was like we were struggling to get projects to like have a project to work on, and now we have like 3 to work on at the same time. Yeah. So we have our hands full for the next month.
Have you ever thought about using this for your kitchen or bathroom? Camping, wash basin, sink, removable water tank, faucet for portable toilet. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Wash basin, sink, removable water tank, faucet. I don't know. Send us a link.
Hey, I like Brian's idea. Drivin and Vibin Tour 2018.
Well, it would be more like a one-stop in 2018, but 2019 might have be more a tour.
Yeah.
Gregor said, "Are you guys happy with your progress? You seem to be very methodical." Glad it appears that way, because it does.
I feel both. I feel like it's methodical and it's cluster. Like chaotic.
Yeah, I feel like so frustrated and like we're not getting anywhere, and then all of a sudden I feel like we're at this turning point. You know, like today, clearing out the floor and everything after doing all of this messy insulation and knowing that we can start the wiring and like we'll just be one step closer to putting the interior panels back on.
That'll be the biggest step.
That will be like the, okay, like all the wirings ran, like we could move in here and sleep on the floor if we needed to or wanted to.
You two have done very well. Thank you.
Thanks.
Do you still have a budget board, or has that gone out the window with the renovation? We honestly stopped tracking our budget probably about 1.5 years ago. I would say that's when we stopped doing it consistently.
It's like in the back of our head. It's not like we don't live on a budget. We definitely do. But it's more like we're not writing it down every single day anymore. It's just kind of routine and habit at this point. And the Airstream, like we buy things as we have the money to buy them, basically.
As far as the big items go. But we will need to do an overhaul on our finances before we hit the road again. Just look over all the subscriptions we have. Just figure out anything we need to cut back before we hit the road.
How fun. When do you head Arizona way? Not necessarily through Flag, but near this way. When are we going to Arizona?
January freaking 1st. Joe.
No, that's when
you
we're
get that,
leaving
Joe.
here.
Yeah. Joe asked us how many days till January 1st, I think.
Too few.
Too few is too. I don't know if that's
for this project.
Just the right amount.
Do you have everything needed for the inside on order already, and do you have a timeline for getting it together?
No, it's not on order yet.
We have them all saved though, like on Pinterest, and different shopping carts are full of like the items that we want specifically.
And it's like it's a mixture of ordering the items and being in communication with the companies and the brands about working things out with potential partnerships. So there's just so many aspects to it. Sometimes I feel like it's easier just to buy it than try to go through the hassle of getting a partnership with everything.
Yeah, our bank account definitely appreciates when we can partner with like a good company or brand and get exactly what we wanted, but that doesn't always, work out. And we know that we are super, I wouldn't say lucky because we have worked really hard to be able to get to this point, but we are super grateful of just even having that opportunity and having this platform where we can do that.
And to say we are lucky in the fact that RVing is extremely popular right now. RV companies are having a lot of success right now. So in that aspect, we are super lucky that the timing lined up right. What's the insulation in the background? What is it? It's
Armax Therma Shield or something like that. It's the 1-inch foil faced rigid foam board, and it's the polyiso kind. I don't know the whole name, but I think they use like CIC for short. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm so thirsty.
Oh, it's almost gone.
Kyle is a pretty talented guy. I'll take that any day of the week. Thank you. Alexa just told me there are 170 days. That's pretty good. A month flies by, days fly by, but I'll tell you what, wiring is going to be getting started here tomorrow. And then if we can knock out the wiring before we go to Wellington and have it all ready to have the walls put on when we get back from Wellington, we'll still be in a time crunch, but I do think that that'll set us up. I don't know. Don't remind me, Joe.
But I am excited, like, we really do get a lot done in a week. In a week's time, a lot can happen. So
or very little, but the weeks that have a lot.
But when we have lots of projects and we're here and we're able to work on them, I mean, it goes by pretty quickly.
Yeah.
A couple people have weighed in on the shirt. One person said, Philip said they would buy it if it was naturey. Joe said he's voting neutral because he's not going to be in Wellington. Subtle. I think that's all the t-shirt.
Cool. What was your original goal for a finish date? Our goal from the beginning was to leave on January 1st. We always were planning on spending almost a year here. So we haven't changed that date yet to leave. I wanted to be done with it by November and then have like a month to live in it and a month to experiment with it, but that probably won't be the case.
Judy said you can have different designs for the t-shirts, and we will have different designs on our online order ones, but we have to order physical t-shirts for the actual festival, so we can, for us to be able to afford it, we can only do one design for the festival that's actually in our hands, but we can also link to all the other options we have available online. SC1212 Abel, Olivia, are you going to perform Valerie by Amy Winehouse?
Yeah, good song.
Hadn't planned on it, but I do like that song a lot. We might do a YouTube session. We've been doing some recordings for our patrons of us like practicing in the rig and preparing for Nomad Fest, but I was talking to Kyle the other day that I would like for us to do something for you guys too.
Olivia doesn't even know this, but I did release one sample song today on Patreon from our new Storyteller album.
Oh, okay, that's...
Yeah, no, just one of our new storytellers.
Oh, you're not looking at questions anymore either?
I'll just hand it over to you. I'll look at them though. Oh. The back of the t-shirt could have a map of your previous destinations. That'd be very fun.
That's cool. Are you installing LED lighting?
Yeah, we are. The whole interior will be LED. Need to do a little research on it, but I guess you want to have the inset lights on the ceiling.
Yeah, or just like flush mounted ones at least. Doesn't have to be anything complicated.
We need a professional electrician to have on hand for like 2 days.
Yeah, but didn't Southwire say they would send someone out?
They're gonna send someone, but I don't know if they're like RV knowledgeable.
That's the issue, really, is like people that know wiring in houses, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And are you guys there? Can you see us?
I think we're back. Sorry about that.
That was interesting. So Greg Virgo tuned in and said it's great to see what type of insulation we've been using. Is that a rigid PIR board that you're cutting into strips or something more flexible for all those curves? So we got a 1-inch thick and a 1/2 inch thick, thinking we were going to layer them both together, which would work. It's a tight fit, but there's just no room for wiring really at that point, so we would have had to get creative and cut channels in there. So right now it's just the 1-inch thick foam board, and it was a little difficult to work with. We cut some like relief cuts in them and bent them. Some of them we did have to cut into strips. The biggest issue is kind of all these channels and lips, and when there's like a channel on 4 sides, it's hard to wiggle it in there. The 1/2 inch board was way easier to work with, and we just doubled it up. But we'll be using the rock wool for the rest of the panels that don't have insulation in them. And we learned a lot from you and your video insulating your van, so thank you.
All right, are we rolling? Yeah.
Diana Martin, about shirts, will you have V-necks? We will have some V-necks online, but we will probably just have like a standard like unisex shirt for the festival.
Greg says the foam board has the best rating. I thought, even though I know you said they both have the same rating as far as our value, just feeling these walls, they seem so solid.
Well, the Roxel was comparable to the one board. I was hoping we were gonna get like our value of like 9 in here with both the boards stacked together. And after we finish our wiring, if there's any like places that can fit more 1/2 inch, maybe we'll do that. I don't know. But I feel pretty happy with it. It was a real pain to work with in all the curves, but for the most part, it only took us like 2 full days maybe to complete.
Oh, I don't know. The thing is, we couldn't work a full day. It was too hot. It took us like 5 days.
All together.
Yeah, I would say 5 days without working.
Yeah, working an hour or 2 a day.
Or even up to 4 hours, but yeah, not working full days.
I don't think we worked up to 4 hours just because it was so hot. Yeah.
Yeah, it is so hot. It's really hard to.
But that means we are thinking about installing our AC soon. So hopefully, with all this insulation in here, It will be really nice and cool.
Yeah, we're hoping that this limited edition album we're going to be releasing will be a way where we can earn some money.
Buy our AC.
Exactly. We need to buy our AC and buy our fridge.
Yeah.
And if we can earn some extra money that way, we just recorded it like last week, and I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Our shirts can just say like "Coolin' the Airstream."
Drivin' and Vibin.
Joe said I was going to offer to come help again, but Florence came and now I'm stuck in New Jersey.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I saw you were all around like South Carolina, I think, during all of this hurricane shenanigans. You daredevil, you.
Oh my gosh, Gregor.
Oh,
that is
sweet.
too kind.
$50
Thank you so much.
towards our AC.
There you go, ice cream
Oh
only.
no Argosy stuff.
Well, maybe if we can, what if it's something that keeps ice cream cool?
There we go. Freezer
There
for
you
our
go.
ice cream.
Thank you so much. No Argosy stuff.
A lot of people like the idea of River and us being on the shirt too.
Oh, that's cool.
How do you decide which order to do which projects on the Argosy?
Well, it's like we want to do projects in order so one project doesn't get in the way of another one.
Yeah, and we don't always know what the right thing to do first is. And there's some things that it could go either way. So it's kind of just based on like the other circumstances around it. Like I think in general, most people do the wiring before the installation. We were waiting on our wiring. So
But I would think with foam board.
yeah, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
with the foam board. Like with the batting stuff, it would have compressed it, and we would have lost our R value. But you know, for the most part, this one didn't matter which came first, so we went ahead and did this. But then there's like things to think about, you know, cutting holes in the floor and putting the underbelly on and all of that stuff. There's just certain things we have to do first. Like we have to get those tanks installed, get all our plumbing done before we can put our underbelly on.
Thank you so much, Wheeling with the Winds.
Aw.
I know. That's $20 to the AC.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you so very much. I do think we'll order the AC soon. I mean, the AC is going to be,
And
I
it
think,
will
around...
encourage us
yeah.
to get that wiring to it as soon
yeah.
as possible.
I mean, the wiring's going to the AC well before we even get it. It'll be up there in 3 days. Oh my gosh, y'all are too nice.
Thank you all so much. You're very kind.
SE1212able.
We're very excited. We're going to go shopping for ACs as soon as
I already
this
have it
launches.
picked out.
Oh, really?
Yes. Well, what? It's
What is
it's
this?
a low sitting. It's one of those Coleman Mach something. It's what the guys at Battleborn told us to get.
Oh, okay. Well, if Battleborn said it, then
We'll do it.
is the lighting good enough for you guys? Should we turn on one of our
Oh, yeah.
lights back here? Should I bring it up here?
Yeah, I think even just one that you can attach somewhere. Coleman heat pump. It will have a heat pump in it. You know, it's one of the ones where it has that strip. But we have the option of getting one that will hook into the thermostat or one that we just turn on and off. So I'm not lost. I'm RVing says Coleman Mach. That is exactly the one. And it will have the heat option. That one's about to go dead, but that's all right. We'll use it for the time being.
Sorry, didn't know which ones worked.
I'm gonna put this down. My wrist hurts.
Let's see.
Gotta.
Oops, sorry. It's awfully bright now. This nice sheen of sweat. It's really illuminating.
Oh. Someone said our sound's still good. Does that mean lighting's better now? That's good. They can see us. Sorry, trying to get this so it doesn't wiggle around.
Joe said if you have questions, please reach out. I've done 2 solar systems on motorhomes and also did lithium plus numerous upgrades to my current motorhome. That would be some very valuable information that we will need along the way.
Do you know, my biggest, I have so many questions and I feel like such a newbie. I need to figure out where the main grounding thing hooks up to. Would it be the hybrid inverter? I just don't know. Or would it be our breaker box system or panel? So I have so many questions. We do have a lot of resources. I need to reach out to all of them. So hopefully we'll be.
SC1212 Abel said, does the Lexan have any insulation value?
No.
I doubt it, but it's definitely not as conductive of heat and cold as the glass is. Like, you touch it and it doesn't ever feel hot or cold, really.
And we can't put glass in there. I mean, it has to have a slight curve to it. It's not thick enough for any glass that would be good, you know, the amount of space that there is on that little frame area. So that's just what we had to do. And I mean, it's not what we would have loved to do.
Yeah, I mean, we would have preferred to have like real glass in there, but I don't know how to curve a pane of glass like at all. But on the topic of conducting the heat and cold, one of the biggest issues with the Airstreams and the Argosies is all of the ribs touch the inner panels, so it's just like conducting that heat through from the outside. So one thing that I learned from a couple bloggers was they used like sill seal, that foam gasket stuff in a roll, and we're going to use double-sided tape and put that on all of the ribs so that when we put the inner panels back on, they won't be touching.
Wally, our man, is here. Thank you so much for that $20, Wally. That's too kind. I swear, you are our #1 employee. I think Wally is.
We should be paying you.
Know.
We should be giving you $20 every time you show up.
And the lights
He's one of our regular moderators.
Our only moderator.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you guys know economic refugees? I can't say I do.
Nope.
Where
can I find stuff? I live in Oklahoma and I looked on Craigslist and other places and I really can't find stuff to pick up my van into a home. Have any ideas where?
Like what stuff? Like
the van specifically, Angela? You might have to just...
oh, now we got light effects. I'll go get a real one.
If it's the van specifically, you might just have to expand the search into more neighboring states. We're having trouble with our truck search right now because all the trucks in the area are just run ragged around here. Everyone has a big truck around here and they drive it to death and they take it mud riding. If y'all don't know what mud riding is, it's where a bunch of rednecks ride through the mud in their trucks.
Rednecks.
Yeah, that's basically it. Here, turn this one off now.
There we go.
All right, catching up here.
Sorry, we got this so rigged. My mic stand is actually holding this thing, so.
And we do use the Facebook Marketplace a lot. That's like one of my new favorite
Olivia loves
places.
that place.
It's great. You get to buy from individuals. It feels a little less sketchy than Craigslist to me. I don't know why. But yeah, I've found like some great deals on things and like RV related stuff. We got a fantastic fan for $45.
We sold our old generator on there.
Yeah, so like it's very convenient for just odds and ends things.
What's next for the Airstream? Rod B says we are going to do wiring next. I'm going to start wiring the 7-prong adapter that hooks up to the truck tomorrow, and then once we get that hooked up, which will have all the running lights, brake lights, and brakes, then we'll do the AC and DC system. We'll run all those wires first, and then they'll all be in place for us to connect them with a professional here.
Yep. Joe, are you guys going with the Magnum or Victron for the inverter charger?
Victron 3000 hybrid inverter.
So I'm a little behind all these. I'm trying not to miss anyone. No, I'm sorry if I did miss you. Just trying to speed read.
Are we in space? We are.
It feels a little like it. I'm looking forward to practicing in here now that all of the insulation's in.
Oh my gosh.
Because everyone's like, oh, it probably sounds great in here. And I'm like, no, it's so loud, you can't hear anything.
Yes, it sounds like a jumble of metal, but now it's like our voice doesn't even echo. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I'm not lost. I'm RVing has lots of tips on wiring too. They did all theirs.
Oh, that's good to know. Well, they came at the right time.
Yeah, Rod B, what's next for the Airstream?
I just said,
oh, you answered that, sorry. I was reading while you were talking. Buying a truck for sure. A lot of farm used trucks out there, and they have been worked hard. Yeah, we know that for sure.
That's a bummer. You know, it's like I trusted the Ranger. I knew the Ranger, and now we're gonna have to build a whole new relationship with a new vehicle.
Greg put some stats out about the Lexan and the glass. I have no idea what that means though, so hopefully you guys understand. I saw some trucks that were used in Enterprise Fleet for sale. They have locations around Atlanta.
Brandon loves his Tundra. The Tundras are a little pricey and harder to repair, or from what we hear, you know.
They hold their value well, though,
Yeah.
for sure, but they do tend to go for a little higher. What is your budget for your truck? Are you looking for a 1,500 or a 2,500?
Our budget is probably like 10 or 12,000 bucks, you think?
Yeah, with some wiggle room if the right thing came along, but we don't have a whole lot to spend on it really. We're hoping that what we sell the camper and the truck for will
Cover most of it.
Yeah.
It's about 5 times better than glass.
That's awesome. We did learn a lot from the Vibe Tribe about the proper way to clean it.
Oh, so much.
We were not supposed to use paper towels. We will use microfiber from here on out. But Kyle did read to use like a diluted vinegar water mixture.
Yeah, that's what we did use.
So that's what we used. We didn't use like chemical cleaners or anything. And then some folks told us the right just stuff to buy to help me clean it. Oh, and did you tell them what like size truck we're looking for? Like
what is it? Like
half-ton-ish? Yeah. So like, I mean, we could go bigger, but like, it'd be overkill at a certain point because the Argosy is really light. So it'd probably be better in our budget to get just what we need. We've been looking at like Ford F-150s.
Oh my word.
Pretty affordable. Where did you send everyone?
Are you looking for? We can look around. 20 dually gas diesel. So yeah, I want a diesel. Longer.
The dog have more maintenance too.
You guys look hot. We are freaking hot.
We're a little steamy.
It's not just, we are hot right now, but I feel like I've been sweating since I woke up this morning.
Yeah. What color will you make the interior? The walls will just be white. I know it sounds boring, but for this small of a space, it'll open it up a lot and make it feel bigger, and then we'll use color in our decorations, so in our fabrics and pillows and things like that.
I'm not lost. I'm RVing says don't go dually. We definitely don't want to go dually. We want a drivable truck around a city. We don't want to have a truck that doesn't work in a city.
Definitely 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
How do you guys deal with bad people?
Bad people?
I
think the same way anyone does.
Yeah, the only bad people, you know, are trolls the most of the time, and we just hide them or block them or whatever, or Wally blocks them for us. But we haven't really met any bad people in person on the road.
Not that
I
we
can't
knew
think
of.
like a bad experience or like anyone we didn't really get along with.
Jeff says no audio. I want to make sure that, so we should be having audio. Seems like some people can hear us just fine. But let us know if the audio goes out. The trailer's 24 feet. There's a few things. We hear you. All right, good to know. Oh, and Brian said it's not about driving, it's about parking. And I can relate to that so much. Olivia can attest that I am one of the best parallel parkers she's ever seen.
But the worst regular parker in the world. We have a Ford Ranger and he cannot get it straight in the parking spot.
I am an awfully lazy.
I have like this much room to try to get out of the truck and not hit the car next to us.
I am not a good parker in regular spots.
Brian Gant says go Ford.
Yeah, we would. I mean, a Ford F-150. This is Barrett says right now, EcoBoost. That's what we would love. You know, that's what we know is a Ford F-150. So, I mean, we're open to other things, but...
Anto just tuned in and said, "What's this about?" Just clicked. Summarizing what's this about. We're full-time RVers. We're renovating an Airstream Argosy. We travel the country.
We play music.
We play music. We make videos about our life. Yeah. We do reviews on campgrounds.
Another person said no audio. Someone else says we hear you. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, it must be reception in here.
No, I mean, everyone says audio is good.
Okay.
Y'all skip for a bit on the video, it sounded okay. Wally is a man, so whatever Wally says goes. Interesting. All right.
Angela, where can I find people that can help me pick up my van into a home and find stuff from Oklahoma? You might check out
Facebook groups.
And the Bob Wells
oh yeah, cheaprvliving.com.
There's like a lot of van dwellers. They do a lot of van builds, and they'll all go to one place and all help out. Like they do a rubber tramp rendezvous.
Oh
I
think we're here. Jeez.
Well, we'll go ahead and wrap this up soon so we don't have to keep making you guys wait and stare at our
yeah.
I know cellular's not working well for us.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's just if it's the Airstream.
I don't think so. I think it's getting to be a peak hour in internet usage. But
that's true. The
yeah.
towers do get bogged down around this time.
So we were on our cell phone data. Now we switch to the Mowgli data. So sorry about that. Let us know if y'all can see us. Comments come in.
See, fins, are you going all new or anything used? It'll be a combination of things. We're gonna build out most of it probably. We might thrift some different pieces that might work. Any salvos, materials from random people have these cedar and pretty. Who knows?
Someone asked if I have any gigs in Orange Beach, the Gulf Shores this weekend. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I do. I have a gig in Destin.
Will you be putting up walls, so stripping the vinyl in a minute? We'll be using original, and we'll probably wash them and repaint them because the vinyl's been painted over on ours already, so it'll be a little difficult to get it off. I'm sure that it's a pain. I watched a little video of someone doing it, and it looked difficult.
That antenna and booster installed. Hey, we do have a boosted signal right now though in the Airstream. I mean, in the fiber stream is what we're running off of. But you are right. Help me up.
Wow. It went away.
Oh, did it?
I'm sure they already saw that very pixelated, horrible.
All right, let's sign off because this is getting too much.
Yeah, sorry about the quality, y'all. We'll try to do better next time, and we will try to respond. Oh, well, the comments will disappear.
No, they won't. They do forever now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll try to respond to anyone we didn't get to in the comments section after we wrap this.
Hold on a second. Let me link this before we sign off.
Okay. Sorry. go get a shower.
Man,
have
me
some
too.
dinner.
Are you gonna do it in the Airstream or your sister's house?
I don't know, whichever one you don't want.
I mean, in the fiber, not here.
Shower in here.
Oh,
Okay.
well, not so good.